All right, well, we're here. First episode.
Episode 1. Welcome to our new live show and podcast called Adventurous CMO. I'm Greg Gibson, Chief Creative Officer at Grizzly.
And I'm Nate Spees, CEO of Grizzly.
Grizzly happens to be the presenting sponsor of the show, and we're really excited to launch something new. We believe we have something interesting to share with the world through these conversations with brand leaders, whether you're a marketer or a creative or an executive, maybe you might be agency side. We're going to bring perspectives to the table that you can learn from and the stories behind the scenes of some of the world's best brands.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited about it because I think that there's tons of different shows out there, tons of different podcasts, but the format that we're choosing is really quick segments with 30 minutes to have deep conversations and try to get to some simple truths that we can not only hear from these great leaders, but also take an action on in the work that we're doing on a daily basis.
Why adventurous? Why Adventurous CMO, Nate?
Well, for us, adventure is really core to our DNA and to our ethos as an organization. Really, when we started the company over a decade ago, we believed that there was this opportunity to tie in something we were passionate about, which was the outdoors and the idea of adventure, which is really the foundation of risk and daring exploration. How does that exist in our lives? And how can we incorporate that into the work that we're doing with whether it's creative or marketing or the combination of both? How do we incorporate that into what we're doing? And what we found was that we came up with this philosophy and framework for working with the organizations that we're working with, built on the brand experience and leadership that we've had through the years, which was bringing belief, bravery, and belonging to the table with the conversations that we're having with these organizations. How has that shown up, Greg?
Yeah, I think we always felt like adventure was a great analog for creativity and innovation. We're all passionate about building brands, about showing up in culture, about moving the organizations we work with forward. And that, at the end of the day, is about designing a new future or new futures.
Right.
And so if you ask to create a future that doesn't exist yet, you're going to have to pave new paths. You're going to have to pioneer a new category or a new product that people haven't experienced before. And adventurous brands, you mentioned belief, bravery, and belonging. It's all about whether you are a brand or you're a brand leader. It's all about what is that future that you believe in, and what is your role in it? Where do you belong in culture, and who do you belong with? And what brave actions are you going to take to make that future a reality?
And I think that what's exciting is that this is really something that we believe transcends any one segment of the marketplace. And so our experience has done that through the years as well, where we've been able to support everything from high growth tech startups to Fortune 10s to organizations everywhere in between, from a beverage to a medical product. We've seen leaders take those principles and translate it into actions that create value for an organization.
Yeah, and I think it's also, these stories hopefully are not just for marketing leaders. Hopefully wherever you're at in your career, you can learn a little bit about how organizations work, how do brands work, how does marketing work. If you're working in an agency and you're always wondering, how does decisions get made? How does budget get allocated? Right. How do CMOs make their kind of organization tick? And we want to bring you that insight as well. And so hopefully we bring you a lot of perspectives that you can learn from, stories from behind the scenes of campaigns, of rebrands, of brand transformations and turnarounds, and so much more.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully we're able to do that in a conversational way where you're not just getting the kind of case study that you'd get if you went to someone's website or you heard them speak at the last conference that they've been at. Our intention is this is going to be a show where we're having real conversations.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get to the simple truths that are truly actionable and less of the boilerplate that we've probably all well heard, right, at this point.
Yeah, for sure. This is not going to be the brief situation, challenge, solution show at all. We really want to get to know who these people are, what do their organizations look like, and what does it look like to solve problems on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we find that when we are able to kind of transcend that world, what ultimately happens is we go, oh wait, we're all quite similar, and those of us in this world that are trying to create the best work of our lives, as we always talk about it at Grizzly, when we're all on that journey together, hopefully we're able to really align on some pretty exciting conversations and are able to have real discussions where we're able to say, hey, this isn't easy. I think that's the other side of the Adventurous CMO, and why we think this is important now is it's not easy to be in a marketing leadership role right now. It's not easy to be in a creative leadership role. It's a difficult moment to do that. And again, that's really regardless of what part of the industry you're in or segment you're in, it can be really challenging. So we're hoping that the conversations that we're having are not just fun in the sun, but are also, hey, when it's challenging, what are the actions that we can take to get out of that moment or that spot that we're in?
For sure. Hopefully you'll laugh too.
Yeah.
We'll have some fun.
Maybe have some.
The work is fun, for sure. It's hard, but it's fun. I think that's why we all do it. We enjoy being able to design something that is coveted, or create something that actually creates transformation, or put some work into culture that people love. So I think we want to bring you that. We also want to bring you what it took to make it, and a lot more.
Yeah, and I think that a question that I would be asking if I was listening to this is, well, why would you guys want to do this now? Why you? What is your background to really help propel you into sharing these stories? And I'll answer for myself, which is that we've been doing this now for a decade, and we've helped hundreds of organizations through brand transformation and through campaigns and different aspects of kind of the marketing funnel, really from top to bottom. We've supported in a lot of capacities, whether that's strategy, design, or storytelling. And I think that we bring that viewpoint to how we have these conversations, while simultaneously recognizing that, you know, the challenges that face and the complexity that faces a Fortune 10 may look a little different than the high growth startup, but there are actually a lot of things that are quite similar. And so we want to be able to bring all of those things together and ensure that the conversations that we're having are educational, as well as exciting conversations. We want this to be something that is fun for you to listen to and digest and implement in your own life.
Yeah, I also feel like, why now? We keep hearing the same questions in conversations with our clients. How does this work? Or have we ever tried that? Or how are your other clients dealing with these same sets of problems? So we feel like, why don't I open source those conversations and bring them to the masses so other people can learn from that process, and hopefully unearth a lot of opportunities for growth for you.
Absolutely. And in the process, hopefully we can learn a thing or two about some of these leaders in their organizations, and things that have not only helped them shape and transform their leadership as they continue to grow, but also hopefully we learn a couple more human-centric things too, you know, like what they like to do and what they like to do for fun. But I think that that's also a really important piece of all of this, which is that we are all human beings, and we all love what we do, but there's an aspect of the just kind of core innate aspect of being human that has to exist in order to stay in the game with this type of work.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think we all want to know that we're not alone. We want to know that other people are dealing with the same challenges. We want to know what they go through on a daily basis, and the stories from their lives, because it's not just work, it's life and work. Totally. And everything in between. And we want to be able to bring those stories to you because it makes us feel like we're part of something.
Absolutely. And I could say this is going to be super fun. It's going to be an exciting time for us to get to have these conversations, but hopefully an exciting time for you to tune in every week and hear more about these topics and conversations that are relevant to what you're dealing with in your workplace. And if you have something that you're going, man, I would really love to get this solved, please reach out. We want to crowdsource as many of the conversations as possible so that this is really a community of people saying, hey, we believe that we can be adventurous in how we bring all of the work that we're doing to bear, and pun intended, because we're sponsored by Grizzly there, but got to bring the jokes, even if they're dad jokes.
What is the craziest story from the last 10 years that you could think about?
I think one of the most exciting moments that we had was a few years ago. We were working with a global consulting company, and we were involved in kind of a rebrand, brand transformation project. And what was really fun about that experience was that we're in the weeds doing this, the kind of narrative side of the brand transformation, and working on all of those pieces. And in that process, we ended up actually through just helping to try to create as much value as possible, being able to not only help transform and re-architect how they were talking about themselves, but actually helped reposition service sets and some things that were a lot more product driven as well. And that was just a really fun moment, because I think that when you work in brand and brand strategy, oftentimes it can be just organizational in general and highly consultative. So you end up doing a lot of different things in a lot of different places. But those moments are really fun when your work transcends kind of marketing or strategy and into just helping the enterprise get better at what they're doing.
Yeah, my favorite part of this work is the conversations that are had that lead to something. And that's why we're excited to start this show. More conversations lead to more things, hopefully not just for us or for our guests, but hopefully for you too. Hopefully you learn a little bit, hopefully you have fun, and hopefully it's something you look forward to every week.
Absolutely. So stick around. Join us for episode 2 coming out in a week. And we're really excited to be here. And thanks so much for watching.
Cheers.